welcome to this plasticity lesson. And I know that you are probably hearing about this for the first time, but I will explain how it goes, okay? I want you guys to quickly watch a video that I saw on YouTube.
Think about shooting a free throw. Know that feeling when you've got it down and don't even have to think about it? That's muscle memory. Here's the thing. Muscle memory lives in the brain, not the muscles. Your brain controls everything your muscles do, and it does this by activating specific neural pathways for each and every movement. These are functional pathways, neurons working together to achieve a goal. Say you're learning how to shoot a free throw. If it's your first time doing it, you don't yet have a pathway for that movement in your brain. You need to create it. Let's use an analogy to look at what's happening in the brain during this time. When you're first learning, your brain is like a forest full of trees and dense foliage, with no clear pathway between point A and point B. As you learn the mechanics of shooting a free throw, you create a trail through the forest. Now you can shoot the free throw because you've created that pathway in your brain, but you probably don't make many shots because it's so new. The pathway isn't very clear yet. In order to improve your free throw, you need to refine and strengthen the free throw pathway in your brain. The way you do that is through practice. Practice gradually widens the trail through the trees, turning it into a dirt road between A and B. You're starting to get pretty good now. You're making more free throws than not. You don't have to think about the mechanics as much. That's because the pathway gets stronger after each practice rep, and you've done a lot of reps. With even more practice, the dirt road turns into a paved road connecting A and B, allowing information to be transmitted at a faster rate. Now you're a 70% free throw shooter, and when you step up to the line, you don't even have to think about it. Eventually, with enough practice, what started as a trail has become a full-blown highway. Now you're a master, draining almost every free throw, and the movement is completely second nature. Scientists call this plasticity, and it's your brain's innate ability to create and strengthen connections between neurons. These connections are the path through the forest. Halo Sport optimizes this process by temporarily increasing plasticity in the part of your brain that controls movement, so that your brain can create and strengthen these pathways faster than you would otherwise. We call this hyperplasticity. When you practice or train in this state, you're able to write muscle memory more effectively, allowing you to get that much more out of your practice. In terms of our analogy, Halo Sport helps you build super highways of muscle memory at an accelerated rate. It's not magic, it's neuroscience.
This is plasticity. Basically, you thought that you could drive a car without learning what pedals are first? No, I don't mean grammar when I say pedals. I mean how to use your brain when I say how to use your car pedals. You need to know how your pedals work before you use them to learn English. So this is learning about them. Plasticity is something that you need to know about. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors saw fire, and they didn't read about fire to use it. They went and touched it. They experienced it. They practiced using it to learn how to use it. This is what you need to do with your English. You can't read about grammar and expect to speak. No, you have to speak in order to speak. And the more you speak, the better you speak. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay. This is plasticity. Remember neurons that I talked about? So, plasticity is our innate, inborn ability to make connections stronger in between our neurons. When they attach themselves together, they can't easily be broken. This is plasticity, Okay, the more you repeat something, the more you repeat speaking, the stronger those connections in our brain are. Now, you saw the basketball example, right? I will give you one more example. Let's say you and your friend are lost in a forest and your friend is hungry. You tell your friend, wait here. I will go and find food. Okay? And your friend says, okay. Your friend sits down and waits for you. Now you go and you find food, but you don't remember where your friend is. So you try to find your friend. Where are you? You walk from your friend away and then you walk back and it takes you 2 hours because you forgot where he is the first time. The second time you go for food, you can somehow a bit easier remember where your friend is because you walked this path before. The third time you go find food and come back, it's much easier again. The fourth time, it's not hard anymore because you walked and you can see your footprints and your little path on the ground. The fifth time, the path is a bit bigger. The sixth time, the path is now way bigger. Seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, 10th time. 10th time, you have a little dirt road. You created a path in between your friend and the food source, so it's easy for you to go. You easily remember. This is plasticity. If you do this with your English speaking, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, your brain remembers English speaking so easily. Plasticity! Yay! Try it yourselves instead of repeating grammar all the time. There are no connections in between grammar and fluency. No connections, they are not the same thing. So, repeat speaking and the plasticity part of your brain will do its job. Okay? Gradually, gradually, gradually. It works. Now, let's go to the shadowing and repetition lesson. You're gonna love this one.